Long time no talk. You guys, I am back. I am back with the vlogs. I am back with the teaching content, but I am also back with financial literacy tips for teachers as well. I'm a manifesting generator in human design, so I'm all over the place, but I'm here. It's tamed. I'm so excited to share with you so many big things happening in my life. So first of all, if you did not see my last vlog, I highly encourage you to check that out. I talk a little bit about where I'm going next year. Let me start off by, hello, happy Monday. I'm in my classroom today. Today's technically the last day of spring break for us. It's April 18th. And I decided to come into my room because I have an IEP to write. If you haven't seen me in a while, I teach social emotional K through 2 special ed. I randomly came across this position, moved to Vegas in like 7 days after accepting this position, and I've been here ever since. However, end of year is coming. We have 5 weeks left at this point, and I just told my administration, I think 2 weeks ago, that I will not be returning to this school. I did tell them earlier in February about that I would be accepting a K through 2 special ed position at this school because I love this school, I love the people, I love the administration. However, the universe supports me and my desires and supports you and your desires. Like, the universe and source is immaculate and beautiful, and when you become in tune with that and when you become open to the gifts and possibilities, they just come to you. So I literally, in the span of 3 days, was presented with the most amazing teaching opportunity. Can't wait to share it with you. I am staying in education, I am staying in teaching, but it is a dream come true. I will be making a whole video about it soon. I just want to wait a little bit to get a little bit more details to present, because this is life-changing, all right? It's life-changing, it's a dream come true. I literally told myself 4 years ago when I was in Miami, I would love to do something like that. 4 years fast forward, here I am in Vegas, and I'm going to be able to do exactly what I dreamt of. I'm grateful, I can't wait to share it with you. But in today's video, I'm just gonna be showing you around my K through 2 social emotional classroom. The tools that I use with my students, how I kind of set it up. But what I'm going to be sharing with you is what you can use in your general ed classroom as well. I think these tools that I'm going to share are valuable to any student in any grade. I will be making a sit-down video just talking about this school year, what I learned, what I took away from it, just about teaching behavior to students who need behavior reinforcement on a consistent, constant basis. So that video will be coming out as well. I'm gonna wait till the end of the school year just to get all my thoughts together. But let's just jump into the video. What I used, it helped my classroom so much. And again, these tools you can use no matter what classroom you're in or no matter what you teach. So first things first, I am moving into a new school, new grade, new everything. So I will be doing a lot more classroom management when I get to that point next school year. But I will say something that really helped my students was doing something like this. I will be doing something like this again next school year. And I don't want to say too much. I will be teaching older students. So small group. Well, what we did was I just took a piece of like whatever this kind of paper is, and I created looks like, sounds like, and feels like. And this was a whole group lesson that every single student participated in, and we practiced this like freaking crazy in the beginning of when I got into this classroom. So we were just talking about small group. What does it look like, sound like, feel like? We did this for every little piece of our classroom routine, or every little section of our day. We did something, we did this, exactly this, where the students shared. We reviewed every single time we broke into these groups, and I've seen the biggest transformation in my kids. Before I say anything else, when my students came to me, keep in mind they're kindergarten through second, they've had 0 to none school experience. They didn't know how to be in a classroom setting, but me and my team is my aide, she's amazing, and then my other aide is my husband, actually. I don't know if you know this, I share this on my podcast and in my High Vibe community, but my husband decided, I'll probably put him on the podcast as well, but he's like, hey, do you want me to help you in the classroom? I could be a strong, you know, male role model, male figure to these kids. And I said, yes, if that's what you want to do, absolutely. And he came, and we've been the best team together, and my kids have gotten so much amazing just representation of a male figure, a strong, supportive, respectful, caring, loving male figure, which is my husband, which is why I love him. Yeah, I mean, it's been really great. So I'll have him on the podcast and we can talk a little bit more about that. That's my team, and we have done amazing things for these kids. Like, my kids are now able to sit at their desk and complete an assignment, which at the beginning of the year was a no. Again, listen to my past podcasts. Like, I've been hit, spat on, kicked, punched. Like, I've had like students throw stuff at me. I've heard like the worst type of cuss words I've ever heard in my life, coming from like K through second graders. Like, it's been an experience, but definitely I'll be taking all these lessons learned with me continuing on. So here's another one. Here's another one we have for working independently. Same thing. Here's another one we have for sitting on the rug. See, the thing is, we have a social contract, but when my kids feel anger and feel angry and they do not use their cooldown tools, they rip stuff. So that's why it's ripped, but we have one for sitting on the rug as well. We did a whole social contract. I'll be making a whole video about how to create a social contract. And then I just want to show you a little bit. These are the cooldown tools that I teach my students, that I more than likely will be teaching in my next endeavor, in my next grade, because I think every single student can benefit from this. And it's just stop, don't say a word, think a happy thought, hand on heart, and take 3 deep breaths, my personal favorite, and make a better choice. My students are able to choose one of these and calm down. So we've really came a long way. Like, we've made a lot of progress. We've also been working on saying sorry. These are our steps, and we practice them because it was a skill that needed to be taught. When I first came in, I knew the importance of knowing that students need to learn how to identify their emotions in order to cool themselves off, right? If you don't know you're feeling anger as an emotion, how can you cool yourself off? So we spent like November, December identifying emotions, and it's been a huge game changer. So this was an anchor chart. This was actually a lesson I did for my observation lesson, believe it or not. I'm gonna make another video about my experience from California to Nevada, because it's night and day. I'm so much happier here, and I feel so much more supported. Just saying, like, I had 3 observations this year, and they were easy breezy and beautiful, and I just appreciate it, because it doesn't need to be that effing hard. Like, it doesn't need to be so effing strenuous. It really doesn't. How would you feel anchor chart? So I created this. I will link this down below. It's available on TPT. So what we did was we identified our emotions. So actually, first what we did is I have these emotion cards. It's part of the pack. And with these emotion cards, I have the whole lesson on the TPT, so I'm just gonna lightly show you. But on the back, it has the emotions. We talk about body language, facial expressions. So there's a charades game that we played as a group for the observation lesson. It was super fun. The students were able to identify and show with their facial expressions and body language what emotion they were feeling. We also talked about what made them feel that emotion. So what makes you feel excited, using a sentence stem and verbal. And then what we did was, again, it's all laid out in the product. I did a really good job explaining the details and the setup, but I taped each little card onto the poster, and as a whole group, I read the green and I said, all right, how would you feel? And I would choose sticks as well. So I would say, how would you feel if you received a blue belt in karate after practicing for many months? What emotion would you feel? I pull a stick, the student shares, I say, amazing, you would feel proud. Can you show me proud? Chin up, shoulders up, proud body, great. And then I have the students come up and tape this underneath the photo. I love interactive anchor charts, which is something I'm really excited to bring back into my life when I change grade levels. So this is what we did as my observation lesson. Then we played the charades game, and this was really fun. The students were eager, excited. This stays up all year long for us. We review with these as needed, playing more charades game, and then I made a matching game with the emotions as well. And we played this a couple times. So emotion playing cards, and there's a couple games you can play, but the same thing goes. You just flip them over and you play memory match, and they're different. So we have silly, there's other silly, here we go, silly. Silly and silly, they're two different versions. They match and collect. It's a lot of fun. The students really loved it, and we practiced teamwork and playing fairly. That comes in the pack as well. And also, we have been doing a lot of these coloring sheets. I actually think I have a lot more at home. I have to check. The students trace the word, color the picture, and then draw themselves showing this emotion as well. And I have them for every single emotion. So this is a how are you feeling chart. So I use this during my observation as well, and my students absolutely love it so much. So I want to explain a couple things really quick. On my podcast, and what my whole brand is about high vibrational feelings and emotions versus low vibrational feelings and emotions, which is why lower vibrational feelings that create a lower frequency, they are scared, angry, frustrated, sad, disappointed, and then we go more towards the middle, and then we go more towards the higher vibrational. When you're higher vibrational, you attract more good in, you're allowing of it to receive. So that's just the whole premise of this. I wanted to keep it up and down to show the lower vibration to the higher vibration. What we do is, these are the steps, and my students know how to do this all by themselves now. Every morning we check in and we see how are we feeling. So step one is they pause. When I tell my students to pause, I tell them to do this. So step one is to pause, close your eyes, pause. Take 3 deep breaths. I teach my students how to take proper deep breaths. So in your nose, hold at the top, and breathe out. Okay, let's do it again. Breathe in through your nose, hold, and breathe out through your mouth. And sometimes I like to say, all right, last one, go ahead and breathe in the emotion of love. Breathe in the emotion of gratitude. Breathe in the emotion of proud. Like, breathe in that emotion. Hold it in your body, hold it in your lungs, feel it, and breathe out. Especially when they're needing to calm down, using a calm down tool, breathing is key. It is how you regulate your nervous system, because when you're ticked off, pissed, sad, disappointed, frustrated, angry, whatever, your nervous system is in fight or flight, so you need to calm it down. And to calm it down, the best and most simplest way is to connect with your breath and to establish a safe body space awareness. Of course, I teach K through 2, so I don't really talk like that, but I like to talk like that more. It's more in tune. Teaching younger kids is like not really my vibe, but I'll be moving on next school year. So anyways, then they ask themselves, how am I feeling? And of course, in true teacher fashion, I know you can't see it, it says teacher, might be upside down, yeah. I show and explain how to do it. So then I'll take my three deep breaths, I'll put happy, and then I use the sentence stem, I am feeling happy because, and they share to the class and we all say great job. Or maybe if they're doing a low vibrational, I then direct to how can we feel better. You know, it's all a learning process. It takes time, but this is also in that pack and my students love it, and I think every single student could benefit from this. It's kind of crazy to think about how many students like are or are not being taught self-coping strategies, or even knowing how to understand feelings, you know? If we can teach it in the classroom, you know, that it helps a lot. So anyways, I do just want to show everything that's included in the pack in case you're interested, because there's so much more than what I'm showing. First things first, there are lesson plans for you to follow along with proper setup, as well as the whole emotion check anchor chart here, as well as how would you feel anchor chart, the cards, and a lesson for you to follow along with as well. And there are a lot of supportive assignments to go along with it. So there's the emotion cards, there's charade game directions, memory match and directions, and there's 15 supporting activities and worksheets, which include the coloring, the writing of feelings. I feel this way because there's just so much in this pack. You know, I just want to make sure, like, you know what is available. So those are emotion playing card games. Yeah, so this is a cut and paste emotion match worksheet. So they cut and paste the emotions to each picture, as well as emotion match writing worksheet. So I feel angry when, blah, 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 blah. Great writing practice. These are the art pages that I talked about as well. So there's just a lot. So I had a fun time making this, so it is available for you if you're interested. Also, another huge game changer, especially for my younger students. I would use this strategy if I taught the younger grades in small group as well, or any grade, honestly, for the students who need that positive reinforcement, like on a consistent basis. So I made these token boards. If you have never used token boards before for your classroom management system, game changer. And I will say, my students started out using these, all of my 7 students started out using these on a consistent basis. But once we got to the point, because this is the whole point of my program, is I'm getting these students ready to potentially go back into general ed. The only thing hindering them from being in a general education classroom is their behavior, not their like, it's not anything cognitively like with their academics or anything like that. It's just they don't know how to self-regulate their emotions in the classroom, so they cannot be in a general education classroom, because if they are, they're just disrupting the whole environment. So they're in here so I can teach them to put them back into general ed, hopefully. That's the hope, and that's what we try for. So we started the year off by using these anchor charts, and I will say we are to the point now where they don't need them. And when I say they don't need them, it's like we don't use them anymore because they're able to self-regulate and make good choices without them. It has been a year, but I'm so grateful we're to this point. It wouldn't have happened if I didn't have these token boards. So I themed them. They're all in a pack. You get every single season, and that's the fun thing too. I think when you change up the boards, it just creates more fun for the students and more buy-in. So here's, for example, February, but you know what? We're in spring. Here was March, LOL, for St. Patrick's Day, but here's spring. I didn't even cut it out and use it yet, but this is what it looks like when you purchase it, and you just cut out each little picture. You put a piece of Velcro on the board like this. I printed this on normal paper, but I would print them out on cardstock instead, laminate them, of course. You put a lamination or the dots on the back as well. So here's a holiday one. So it's like, okay, give yourself a token. There you go, there's your token sticker, and it's reusable. But anyways, so how you use them is you say, okay, I'm looking for students who are sitting on their dot, or even to the point where, again, you're leading them to making their own choices, right? So it's all about routine. So they know, right, when we come in the classroom, we have a routine. And when I see the students doing that, I say, oh my gosh, I'm gonna use the name Shindende. That is not a student's name in my class, but oh my gosh, Shindende, you did an amazing job making the choice to sit on your dot. Give yourself a token. So they give themselves a token, right? They take it from the back. Oh, this one has it, I'll show you. I set this one up. appropriately. They have 6 tokens to work for. So, oh my gosh, great job. Give yourself a token. They take it from the back. They put it on the front. It's really cute. It says stuck on you. And once they fill up their token board, they earn their reward. So the reward I do, it's the quickest and the kids like it the most, depending on your students, is a Skittle or an M&M, maybe even a hot Cheeto. That's what my students like. They also earn tickets for working independently, but that's a different story. So token boards have been life changers. We're to the point now where we really don't need them. In specials, sometimes they do. So I made miniature token boards. You cut them out. I used to have some examples, but my classroom's kind of a mess. I came in the middle of the year. So anyways, they cut them out, put a hole punch here to put it around their neck. So it's a traveling token board, and you put the tokens on the back. They token it up here. They get a reward for specials when they're outside of my classroom. But again, it has been the biggest lifesaver, have been these token boards. And these will also be linked down below for you as well. There's every single season, as well as traveling. It has been really great. So here's the product on TPT as well. This is what it looks like. Again, every single season, there's 6 Halloween, 6 fall, 6 winter and holiday, 6 St. Patrick's Day, spring, summer, Valentine's, and there's also the bonus mini token boards. So that is available for you as well. All right, so that's pretty much it that I had to show you of what I've been using in the classroom. That has been life transforming for me and my students who need that behavior support all day, every day, for their learning to take place. Let me know if you have any questions, and also let me know what you think my next job's going to be. It isn't teaching. I will be teaching, but it will not be K through 2, I'll tell you that. And it's not gonna be special ed. So, and I am moving schools. So tell me what you think it is. I will be announcing it very soon. Let me know if you have any questions. And also, can you please let me know if you have any ideas or support that you need in the classroom that I can create for you? Because I know if you need something, you're not the only person that needs it. Let me know as well. Follow me on Instagram. Follow along on my podcast as well. My podcast comes out every single week. I talk a lot about energy work and the energetics of feeling good and being in a good environment, and honestly just quite manifesting your dream life put into normal terms. But I'm gonna write this IEP. Also, I do have a new High Vibe free community. It's brand new. It's off social media. I wanted to create a space and a community off of social media because I'm just kind of tired of social media. I like to post on it and I like to communicate with you all if you have questions, but I wanted a tight-knit community full of high vibe individuals, and Instagram just wasn't it. I was done with it. So that information is linked down below as well. And we're also starting a brand new book in the book club June 1st. Be sure to stay tuned for that if you want to start a little bit of reading over your summer vacation and to change your life as well. So I'm gonna get started writing on this IEP. Again, I've never been taught, like in credentialing school, this is something I'll talk about when I do my comparison of Nevada to California, since I've taught in both states. I spent a year and a half post-bachelor degree from California, and I don't know anything about IEPs or how to write IEPs. So when I came here, I basically am self-taught. Amazing mentors have helped me learn how to write IEPs. I've wrote 2 of them so far. I have 2 more for the school year. I've only had to write 4 this year, thank God. It's not bad, but it just blows my mind how in California, I had a year and a half of additional schooling and didn't learn anything about writing IEPs. Like, why are these 2 programs separate? I don't get it. Anyways, beyond me. So I'm gonna write these IEPs. I have 1 IEP to write today, so I'm gonna get started on it. And again, let me know, give it a thumbs up. I'm so happy to be back. I feel alive and recharged and I can't wait. Let me know what videos you need or want to see over the summer as well. I will catch you later. Peace.